Hey everyone, welcome back to the Rachael Pontillo Show. I'm your host, Rachael Pontillo, and on today's episode, I have a very special guest, my dear friend and colleague, Maxine Drake from Maxine Drake Consulting, and also now the Beauty Business Summit, which is coming up in October in Honolulu. And we're going to talk about that today and why Maxine decided to put this incredible event together. Now, this is not just a business conference for beauty industry professionals. This is also a key way to help ensure a viable future for trade schools in general, but also for the aesthetics industry. So I'm really excited to share this information with you and welcome Maxine Drake. Hi, Maxine. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Oh my gosh, it's always, are you kidding? We could talk for hours and hours. Thank you for having me, making time and
Of course. I felt so bad. We were both at the Philadelphia International Congress of Aesthetics and Spa, and we didn't plan to meet up ahead of time. And it's probably good that happened because my plans got completely shuffled around and I ended up bringing my kids with me. You and I saw each other in the escalator room.
I was like,
hello, where are you going?
No.
Oh my gosh, it was so funny. But I'm glad we're able to catch up now a little bit. But yeah, you and I have known each other for a long time. We've been kind of we started off as blogging buddies, and then it kind of progressed from there.
We did. Well, I was stalking you because you were way better at blogging than me. So you definitely carried the torch, and I was fumbling around and you kept it up and I totally fell off. So, but yeah, that's how our little friendship started. It was totally organic and just, I loved the articles you were writing for Holistically Hot. I remember it. And yeah, so, it's just kind of blossomed from there.
It did. And you've been such an ally to the Nutritional Aesthetics Alliance as well. And I really look forward to us continuing to work together on that platform too.
Yes.
And, you've done so much in the aesthetics industry. You have, obviously you're an esthetician, you're an educator, you've owned spas, you were a rep, and now you've veered off into a brand new kind of, not a new area of aesthetics, but you're shedding light. You're choosing to use your platform to shed light on a really important issue. And you've become kind of an activist, I'm going to say, in the aesthetics education arena. And we're here to talk today about this incredible event that you're holding in the fall in Hawaii, which I'm so sad I can't make it. I wish I could, but hopefully people who are listening will find a way to make it to this event because it's going to be amazing. So why don't you tell us about it?
Yeah, you're right. Activists, it's like, oh my gosh, it's so funny because I was talking, I think it was Suzanne Schmalling, and I was like, well, I don't really want to get all political. And she's like, honey, nobody does. And I'm like, but the
sometimes you don't have a choice.
Everything is political. And, and I don't want to go there for our time together, but just for the audience, is there this witch hunt for profit schools right now in the trade schools? More importantly, let's look at ITT Tech, who's been around for 50 years. This has been going on the last couple of years, or it's been ongoing longer than that. But if you want to read about it, you can certainly pull up, there's stuff in Forbes, Washington Post, LA Times, and just kind of get educated. I'm just staying in my lane for the trade schools. The trade schools are in trouble. And so we're going to need carpenters. It's already a fact. We're going to need mechanics and things like that. But I'm staying in my lane with the beauty industry because it's just my love. It's our love. And it's the last hands-on of services. You can't go online to get your hair colored or facial or, get waxed, whatever. So it's really, really important. It's really important. What we're doing is shedding light on, holy cow, 50% of schools, if not more, have closed since 2009.
That's terrifying. It's really a staggering rate.
Right. We should all care. Manufacturers should care. We should care. We should find out and I'm not just going to blame the government and say, oh, there's lots of problems, of why schools have closed. I'm not going to get into all that, but I really the Beauty Business Summit that is happening October 14th and 15th in Hawaii, really has a twofold mission. One is to empower the world-class beauty professional. If you do hair, skin, nails, it doesn't matter. Come, learn, grow, have your best year ever. Submerge yourself in the aloha spirit, because I feel like we just need to get out of our treatment room and like go to another place to really be able to absorb, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And then know that your ticket, 100% of the proceeds is going to be gifted to a beauty school.
So that's the part about this that I love. This is not just a regular conference or trade show. This is an initiative to put money back into top of the line schools. This is not just any school that's going to be getting this money. This is something that, you're curating who this money goes to.
Any school can submit.
Okay.
So we're going to be opening up those doors next month, probably right after Mother's Day, after we celebrate all of the mothers around the world. So we're going to open up the application for that there. And really what I'm looking for is not just, so the school has to submit a 3-minute video explaining why they need the money and what is the impact that they're going to make in their community, and then what is the impact that they're going to make in the beauty industry as a whole. So you tell me what that is. And, I could just say that things have to change. The learning platforms have to change. I mean, we've talked about this, the millennial mindset. I mean, 70% of there's 250,000 estheticians nationwide, and 70% are independent.
Mm-hmm.
So they want to go out and open up their own. We're not going to change their mind. Why don't we set them up for success instead of, failure? You know what I mean? Like, we need to set them up. So we have to change, like, how we learned in school is different. The millennials aren't going to sit for 8 hours a day and absorb information, anymore. We have to, the delivery has to change. And I know this takes time. So, when I look at the bigger picture, sometimes I get overwhelmed. I'm like, oh my gosh, how am I making a difference, globally, like just by helping one school? But, like Melinda McHenry kind of said it to me. She's like, Maxine, think about when we were in the treatment room. We were only able to help one client at a time. Yep. And I'm like, oh, thank you for putting it in perspective, because it's like, it's so true. So, maybe next year I'm able to help 3 schools, and, and so on and so forth. So we have to start somewhere.
Absolutely.
And so I'm excited about that. And so, how this whole started is kind of funny, because, it's like I have my tribe, I have people that are, in my online learning programs that have attended my workshops, and I've definitely just been hitting the ground running since I opened up the coaching consulting practice side. And, so my tribe is like, Maxine, we need to have a mastermind. Why don't you hold it in Florida? Why don't you hold it in Hawaii? I'm like, well, enough people like hit you up with that, like that idea that, that want to have this gathering. Because I think we thirst for coming together. The learning platforms are great, and you and I both do them, Rachel. But I think that coming together, there's just something that happens when we come together.
Absolutely.
And then the other part of that is, every year I give back, like, to the industry, whether it's gifting 25 to 30 coaching calls, whatever, I gift back. And I thought, well, how can I give back on a grander scale? So I'm donating my whole time, and like, trust me, this is like a big undertaking of what I'm doing. So I'm gifting my whole time putting this whole thing together this year. And it feels really good, because it feels good to give back. You know what I mean? It's really empowering me. So, in a way, you know what I mean? Like, it's like a lot of time that I'm putting into this, but it feels really good.
It's amazing. And I know how much goes into planning events. I've never planned an event on this scale before. So, I can't even imagine what you're going through with this. I know it seems like there's a lot of time left, but there's really not. It's going to go so fast. And even just planning online events, there are just so many moving parts. So I just think it's so incredible that you're choosing to donate your time and your resources in this way, really for the betterment of the industry. It's such a great cause, and the industry is important. I want to reflect back a little bit of what you said about women especially, but people wanting to come together, because so much is online right now, and there is value in online education. I mean, you and I both do it. We can reach a ton of people that way that we might not be able to reach in person. So there's wonderful value in that. But estheticians, as you said, it's one of the last kind of hands-on trades that people are able to learn, and that will always be hands-on. I mean, I don't I don't know if I want some like robotic hand coming out of a computer to like give me a facial. That's a little bit creepy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'd rather go to a beautiful space and have a really caring, giving person put their hands on me, because that is just so relaxing and healing. And it's just such an important part of my own self-care routine, and it has been for years. And people who haven't experienced a really amazing facial, you don't know what you're missing. I think so many people are like, oh, I'm not that kind of person who gets facials. You don't know what you're missing. It's the most relaxing, healing experience. And
well, self-care, you know, and I think more and more Americans are jumping on board and adopting that European mindset where, you know, it's just part of the culture in Europe. We go to the gym because we're taking care. We go get massages. It's, you know, part of that self-care, and facials is part of that self-care. So it's starting to trickle in. It's taken some time that it's not like, oh, like this luxury thing. It's part of the culture. And so I think that that's definitely happening over time. But like you touched on a good point, you know, like coming in, you know, but tell me, when was the last time you went to an event and felt empowered, Rachael, where you were, you know, and it could be anything where, you know, on the entrepreneurial level, whatever, where you were at a conference or what have you, and just were, you know, in the room and felt the energy of the different speakers, and what was your takeaway, you know?
Oh my goodness. I mean, I'm really fortunate that I've gotten to attend a few different events through integrative nutrition, or there's a very large health summit that I attend every year that is, you know, hundreds of like-minded people who are all there to support each other and connect and grow together and learn how to better the industry, but, you know, better by doing so, bettering each and every single one individual practice. In when you bring a whole bunch of like-minded people into a physical space focused on a singular outcome, and it's really kind of like a solitary yet parallel path, because everyone's there for their own education and their own connection, but by one person building up themselves in their own practice, it builds up the energy and the industry as a whole. And you leave there, you're like, you just feel like you can conquer the world and you can achieve anything and help anyone, and there are no limits. There is such incredible power in connecting in person and feeling the energy that is created. And it doesn't even have to be thousands of people. I go to this herb conference every fall that is maybe 200 women. For a while it was outdoors under a tent. Now it's in a community center. It's not fancy. It's not, you know, glamorous in any way. There's mud there. It's, you know, it's pretty, it's an herb conference.
Yeah.
But my God, the energy that is created in that room when those women sing, when one woman beats a drum and everyone sings to it, or there's a keynote speaker like Rosemary Gladstar who's talking about her life stories, and people are like, yes, it's just, there's nothing like it. I mean, I did the Herbal Skincare Summit, which was a transformative event for people who attended. I still get people emailing me about it. I still have people buying that kit. But to be able to do something like that in person, where you're just bringing together such amazing energy of people who are really interested in giving back while also improving their own education so that they can become better practitioners and smarter practitioners.
Yeah.
You can't beat it. So that's my version of a nutshell answer to your question, Maxine.
No, I love it. And it's so true. It's so true. And so you just gotta do it. You gotta go experience it. And I feel like it's like like, especially in our industry, we love signing up for the hands-on stuff because it's just way more fun. And we kind of set this stuff aside, like the business, the marketing, the whole, experience of the different flavors. And, the one thing that I did that has never been done before, because I don't view it as competition, is I reached out to some of the top coaches, industry coaches, and said, let's share the stage, share your genius, and let's all come together, because we all have our own specialties. We all have gifts to share and learn. Melinda, and I did a video the other day, and she's like, let your successes, birth from our failures, because I love sharing. I love giving it all. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't hold anything back. I just taught at the International Congress of Aesthetics in Philadelphia. I loved interacting with there's nothing like interacting with the class.
I know. I love it.
Where there's the Q&A and it's just alive, and like, I just feel like the learning, I don't know, it just sinks in. You just see everybody writing notes, and and then of course it's about the execution. You're on a high, you leave a summit like that, and now you just use that to propel you to have like the title of my page. I mean, if you want to pull it up, it's
let's do that
ever. And what do I mean by that? I want you to flip in, come there, like fill your brain, your heart, your soul, and just, gather all the tools so that you could go home and just hit the ground running. Anyone that has attended my workshop, everyone has like, wow, I've been in the business 30 years, whatever. That was empowering. So imagine what it's going to be like with 10 keynotes.
Absolutely. And I can attest to what you just said about your workshops, because first of all, I've been lucky enough to attend personally, but you and I share a lot of students, which is not a shocker since we're so aligned. It's only obvious that we would attract the same amazing people into our courses. But many of my students who have taken your classes just rave about you. And I've also really been able to see, because I follow my students, I see their progression in their practices, on their websites, in their level of exposure. You've got some students that have been just killing it. They have really upped their game. They've been in mass media, incredible magazines and websites, and their businesses are just thriving. So if a small workshop or an online course can give people that level of inspiration and that ability to take action, this large event with 10 keynotes and with that huge group energy is just going to be amazing. But also, because it's for such a good cause, that is what makes it even more special, because supporting the future of this industry is really at the forefront. It should be at the forefront of every esthetician's mind. I have the Nutritional Aesthetics Alliance, and part of what we do, we support the aesthetics industry with integrative skincare solutions. But if the aesthetics industry itself is not strong, I have no business there, and you have no business as a coach, and it really is going to limit opportunities for young people coming out of high school who maybe don't want to go to college. College is amazing. I went to college. I'm a lifelong learner. I would be in school for the rest of my life if it wasn't so darn expensive, and if I had another, 80 hours a week at my disposal, because I just love to learn. I love the classroom environment. I love learning different things and then putting them together with what I already know and kind of spitting out something new. That's what I like to do. Yeah. But we can't gloss over the fact that college education in the United States is astronomically expensive. And again, we're not going to get into the politics of that, but it might not be a viable option for everyone. So we want to protect the trades. And the beauty industry is such an important industry because it is an opportunity to work with people one-on-one and to connect with people one-on-one. And there is such great honor in helping people look and feel their best so that they can face their day and live their lives with confidence. That is not work that I take lightly, and I know you feel the same way. So
Yeah.
this event is going to empower so many more schools to stay in business and keep upping their game so that the education that they're teaching and the way they're teaching it is relevant for these up and coming demographics who are entering the industry.
Yeah, no, it's really true. And, you know, and like these events for sure. I mean, I always say, you know, and there's definitely people that have like posted my quotes, you know, in order to double your income, you need to triple your learning rate. You never know where you're going to get the next $1 million idea.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's why we have to keep gobbling up, you know, information like this. So can you imagine, you know what I mean? But again, it's about the execution. So it's like we have to, you know, come to these things. I'm going to see Tony Robbins next week.
Awesome.
Tony Robbins and Gary Vaynerchuk. So, you know, it's like I go and learn too. And it's like, okay, well, what, you know, people are like, well, what do you think my investment was for a one-day ticket?
I don't even want to know. I
know.
I've heard, but
exactly. And it's like, I don't even flinch at that because what?
It's thousands of dollars, right?
Yeah, it is.
These are transformative events. This is not just like going to a class. These are events that involve you and make you work while you're there.
Yes.
You're not just going and processing and then like kind of checking out and leaving it there. And then you go home and, oh, what was that I learned at that? That's not how these events go. When you're there, you are doing exercises. You are pushing yourself out of your comfort zone. You are doing the work. And you're transforming along with everyone else in that room, whether it's a Tony Robbins event or some of these other events that we've mentioned. And I'm sure that's what you're going to be bringing to your event as well, because I know how you teach. You value what people get out of what you teach as much as I do. That's why I continue to teach my course live, my professional course live, because I want to make sure that my people are actually processing the information. I care that they're getting out of it what they wanted to, and I know you do too. So I think everyone who makes the choice to attend the Beauty Business Summit is going to be so incredibly lucky, because you're going to make sure that they get out of it what they came for and then some. But the mark that they're going to make on the industry by just showing up and being part of it is going to be amazing. So
yeah, and the attendees are going to you know, so the finalists of the school, the attendees will be part of the voting process. So I won't even know who the winner is until that day.
That's so exciting.
We have to involve them. So yeah, if you're one of the finalists, you know, be prepared to get on stage and share a story, and we're going to roll your tape.
I love that.
But then the audience will vote.
So much fun. It's like
It's like fun.
It's like the American Idol of aesthetic schools. That
wow, I didn't think of it like that. Yeah,
right?
so
Because you're gonna roll the clips, and it's not like the Oscars where the voting has been done already.
Yeah,
this is happening live.
I didn't want, like, you know, so there was conversation. Oh, do we open up the voting like to the masses so that we put the videos up online and then people can vote? And I'm like, I don't like that, because now, you know, your friend can go and vote every day. And
well, that's the thing.
Really I don't like that.
Right. It's not qualifying the vote.
Right. And it's not really about making the greatest impact. It's just about how many friends do you have that's going to click the, you know what I mean?
We're focusing on quality over quantity with this event.
We're really excited. Take the plunge, commit, buy the ticket. It's amazing what will happen when you go and then you come home. You'll actually make more money. It just happens. That's the law of the universe. I can't explain it other than the fact that you will.
you know, I want to say something a little bit more about that. And, you know, because, you know, I work with the law of attraction. I know you do too. And we both write about it. When you're trying to attract more money into your business, this is just like a little spiritual business tip that I give my students too. But I find that focusing on the greater purpose of the money gets you the money faster than just focusing on the number itself. Because the universe responds to the intention more than, $1 million.
Right.
So the intention is limitless. The number is limited. So I would say focus on that intention. Think about like, oh my gosh, if I had this money in my practice, how many more people can I help? How would that change their lives? How would that change my life? How would that change my family's life? Those are what you focus on when you're trying to attract more money into your business. And when you attend an event like this, that is a give back to an industry that is going to help ensure a positive future of this industry that's already helping so many people. I mean, that's some pretty good karma, right?
It is, but something magical happens. I think Zig Ziglar said it the best. Like, why do we make the most money the week before we go on vacation? Because we're killing it. We have something to look forward to, and we're killing it in business. So if we only worked at the capacity of thinking that we're going on vacation, we would not be wanting for revenue, money. And so that's something to think about. So when you purchase your ticket, now you have something to look forward to in October. You're going to kill it in your business because you're going to be so excited that you're going. And now you get to plan. Maybe you're going to put an excursion around that and, stay a couple of days and explore Hawaii, whatever, which I totally encourage. Yes,
it's Hawaii, you guys. It's
I know. And this one, everyone's like, oh, next year. Next year, if we do it, it's probably not going to be in Hawaii. So this one's going to be really special. So if you've always wanted to go to Hawaii, I would do it this year. And then, but there's something to be said with that watch. You will all of a sudden start making more money. That is the law of the universe. It is the law of not just attraction, but action. Mm-hmm. And so, so that's it on that.
I love it. Okay. I love it. Well, Maxine, thank you so much for doing everything that you do, but thank you for doing this because it's important. I'm just going to show the website one more time on the screen just so everyone sees these gorgeous colors and the ocean. And the website is beautybusinesssummit.org. And we're going to make sure the link to that is in the show notes. And if you guys have any questions at all.
Oh my gosh, I'm all over social media. Just hit me up. I'll
hit her up on social media.
Just my name.
Consulting.com, Maxine Drake Consulting, Facebook, Instagram. You're everywhere. So you're easy to find if people have questions, but definitely put October 14th and 15th on your calendar and find a way to get to Honolulu because this is going to be an incredible event. And Maxine is an incredible educator and activist for this industry. So thank you so much for being with us today, Maxine. Thank you for everything you do.
Thank you for everything you do. You're a light in our industry as well, Rachel. So thank you. I look forward to the next time we get to have a chat like this.
Me too. We'll do it soon. Thanks again to Maxine Drake for being here today to share this important information about the amazing upcoming Beauty Business Summit. I hope you have the opportunity to attend. The website for that information is www.beautybusinesssummit.org. If you're a school that wants to submit a video to enter into the contest to win some funding for your program, that is the place to do it. Or if you're a beauty professional and you are looking to have amazing connection, education, and support from your colleagues and Maxine's amazing panel of keynote speakers, go also to beautybusinesssummit.org to get your tickets today. Thank you so much for watching. I will be back soon with another episode, and until then, I wish you a beautiful day.